Thanks for tuning in to yet another episode. In this video, I will be showing you how I groom and polish my toenails. So stay tuned and enjoy. So this is a 6-week update. I'm wearing gel polish, and as you can see, my nails are long overdue for some reshaping, cleaning, and a new color. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the old polish.
Here you can see where the gel polish wasn't properly applied around the cuticle area, and so as it grows out, it's not looking as smooth as it should be. And on this nail, we have a little chipping going on here. That nail looks good for the most part. These held together really well. And that's the pinky. Little breakage right there. This is where, here you can see where, as I applied the polish, there was perhaps some flooding of the cuticle, so I used the brush to try and clean the cuticle. So this part of it got cleaned, but then there was perhaps too much of the acetone in the brush, so it cleaned this area, pulled in the corner, and ended up curing. This one, these aren't looking bad either.
I will first start out by removing the old product. So what I had on my nails was gel polish. So for that particular polish, I believe I had to use 3 coats to get the desired coverage. I also used 1 coat of base gel and 1 coat of top coat. So we have at most 5 layers of product. Therefore, it is perfectly safe to use the electric file along with a fine to medium carbide bit at a super low speed to remove the product. Now, the lowest setting on my e-file is 3000 RPMs, and that is the speed at which I am removing the product. I am also applying absolutely no additional pressure, and I'm just lightly moving the bit along the surface of the nail and allowing the drill to do all the work. I also do not spend long in any one area, and as soon as the natural nail begins to peek through, then I stop and continue with the hand file. So let me apologize in advance for the quality of the footage for this segment. My camera was out of focus for a while without me realizing it, but I hope you will still be able to follow along. So I've moved on to the trimming and shaping of the toenails, and also this is where I will finish removing the remainder of the old products. So just as I took extra care with the electric file, it's the same way that I will be extra careful with the hand file. Light, gentle strokes, no pressure. So here's a little real-time footage of me using the hand file. Now I'm using an orange wood stick to remove any dirt or debris from under the free edge. In order to remove the buildup of dead skin that has grown into the nail plate, I use a diamond abrasive bit. Diamond bits are specialized for use around the cuticle area and on the natural nail itself, and they come in all shapes and sizes, the most popular one being the flame bit. And again, I want to apologize for my camera being so badly out of focus at this point, but I promise you I will realize eventually and give your poor eyes some relief. After using the diamond bit, there is usually still some dead skin and debris hanging around, so it's actually helpful to go in with the nippers to help to remove this buildup. You need to have a clean and conditioned nail plate to work on. That's very important. And it's very important because it helps to prevent lifting, and it will ultimately ensure that the gel polish lasts as long as possible. For me, I usually wear my color with no issues for as much as 6 weeks. So the cuticle cleaning part can be very annoying, and even in the end you will see that I still didn't manage to remove all the buildup, and it actually interfered with my polish work around the cuticle area. So it's usually very worth it in the end to spend the time to clean the cuticle area as best as possible. process is repeated on the other foot, that being lightly filing off the remaining product, cleaning the cuticle and side walls, as well as removing dirt and debris from underneath the free edge. I am using the nippers to assist in removing some of the dead skin that likes to grow at the pressure points of our toes. These areas are usually more apparent during a wet pedicure and can be easily removed after soaking. So at this point, I think I really wanted to move on to the polish work, but you know how it is. Once your eyes catch something that's not right, you're going to be tempted to go back and fix it. Finally, some clarity. So my nails have been cleaned, trimmed and shaped, and it's time to condition the nail plate for the gel application. The first step is the dehydration, which removes all the oils and moisture from the nail plate, and the primer that changes the pH of the nail in order to promote adhesion. I use 1 coat of dehydrator and 2 coats of primer. Next is the application of the gel base, which acts as a barrier to protect the natural nail, and this also promotes adhesion. Now, at the time of doing this, I did not yet purchase my base gel, so I used a thin layer of builder gel instead. I was taught in nail school that this is perfectly fine, as the builder gel has similar properties and functionality as the actual base gel. I've also been doing it this way for over a year now, and so far I have had no issues. As you can see, my nails are very strong and there is no discoloration. I have since purchased a base gel though, and I'll definitely use it the next time I change my color. I've moved on now to the application of color, which isn't very complicated, except that you need to try to work as clean as possible and spend the time to make sure that the application at the cuticle area is smooth. Also, please remember to cap the tips, guys. I don't believe I capped my tips. In my experience, I found that white gel polish can be on the more difficult side to work with. When I say difficult, I mean in terms of the consistency of the polish and how it applies, and also the curing. I always double up on my curing time when using white, or when I've mixed a custom color to include white. And again, my nemesis returns. Lint. So you see me pause in that moment. I think I was literally asking myself, where is all this lint coming from? I was really annoyed, to say the least, but I powered on. To be honest, guys, I am not sure where all this lint came from because I didn't use cotton. I don't know if it's the polish or if it's from the towel, but my guess is the towel because I've since used the polish and I didn't have that issue. But yeah, here I am again, fighting with the lint over and over again. I also decided that this time around I wouldn't use a brush with acetone, but I'd just dip the orange wood stick in acetone and use that to clean my edges instead. So anytime you see me removing polish, guys, it's because of the lint. Lint, lint, lint. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed, and most importantly, I hope you learned something. Thank you so much for watching, and before you go, remember to subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and stay tuned. Please also leave me a comment because of course I would love to hear from you. So until next time, take care and bless upon yourself.